Yo guys, what is going on? This is Croma coming at you with yet another Minecraft Bikini Bottom video. This is part 2, so I'm only going to show all the new items and buildings that we have built in the second part. So if you do want to see the original video, the very first part where we showed a bunch of the main buildings, click the link in the description below. I know you guys will love it, and then come back to this video and watch it because we added so many things. You guys are going to absolutely love this video. So without further ado, please, if you do enjoy the video, like, comment, and subscribe. And if you have any ideas for part 3, please let me know, and I am more than willing to put that in the video. So without further ado, let's get right into it. There's not a better place to start than Sandy's tree dome. So what we're doing is, we're actually starting here. You can take a look. I'm going to give you a 360 view of Sandy's tree dome. So this is what it looks like right here. I'm just going to go around it, show you guys all the angles. I believe this is one of the biggest tree domes that anyone's ever built in a Bikini Bottom showcase. So I think that's pretty awesome. So we did add a lot to this. As you can see, the map is loading in because we literally added so much to this map. Nothing wants to render in, and our rendering distance is horrible at the moment, just because we have so much going on in this world. But now that we got an idea of what the outside looked like, let's take a good look on the inside. So first we step on this, that opens. This is the little chamber. Now that all the water is cleared out and we can go in safely with oxygen, with our helmets on of course, we're going to walk right through. So first thing you see when you come in obviously is this giant tree. Me and Jeffrey, we worked on this whole map together. Nobody else really has contributed other than me and Jeffrey. And this tree is made completely by hand. This is completely by hand tree. You'll notice this little tiny dome in here with the snow. That's kind of a little hint towards the Sandy Cheeks whenever it was winter time. So if you guys remember how this whole thing looked during winter when she was hibernating in that one episode, this whole thing was filled with snow. So I am thinking about actually building another one of these domes and adding a whole snow type vibe to it, just so we can have the multiple scenes. Since there are no limitations, this is Minecraft, so we can have whatever we want. We have a little picnic table right here, which is always awesome. We always got to have that. Little tiny piece of wood. Looks like a... Actually, no. That's actually a beehive. It looks more like a beehive to me. Over here we have the hamster wheel, of course. Sandy's signature hamster wheel. You can't forget this. This thing's awesome, guys. Of course, over here by the honey in the beehive, you have a bee. You can't forget about the bee. I don't believe that was ever in an episode, but we thought we'd add it. So this is the first initial lobby of her home. We didn't furnish a lot of it yet, but we did furnish the upstairs, which is right up here. So this is her bed. I think I really like the colors that Jeffrey put. Jeffrey designed the interior of this. And we do have a lot of space, so we are thinking of adding a bunch of stuff up here as well, because we have a lot of space up atop on the ceiling. Another thing they added was a TV, and of course Squidward's art. Now, Jeffrey did add a little bit of a little secret room. So all you gotta do is jump right through the center here, and you're in this like storage compartment area where she has like drinks, maybe food for hibernating for the winter, but it's really cool. Then you just want to go to this ladder, go back down, and that's pretty much all for Sandy's tree dome. So what we're gonna do next, we're actually gonna visit this little vehicle. So over here we have this Krabby Patty cart. It's kind of like the vehicle they had where they drove it around in the one of the movies, which is really cool. So I'll show you what it looks like inside of the cockpit. So you can see this. You can open and close it, of course. Now we did already view the Spongebob's house, Squidward's house, Patrick's house, all this stuff in the last episode. So I'm going to show you all this new stuff we added. So we did make Mrs. Puff's boating school in the last episode as well. So we are actually going to show another part of Miss Puff's life. This is Miss Puff's house. So we're going to take a look. Jeffrey designed it, of course, and he made the interior. So this is what the inside of her house looks like. It's really cool. Has lots of color, lots of decorations. And here is her bed, right here. And then, of course, there's lights on each side. I really like what he did with the gold and the pink walls. The gold on the ceiling really complements it, which is really nice. And that's really all that is to her house. It's really basic. So there you guys have that. So we do also have Shady Shoals. So the Shady Shoal Nursing Home is really cool. We don't have anything done with the interior, but come on, you can't tell me this exterior doesn't look incredible. It's a 360 build. It looks really cool. I'm just going to boost around here real quick. I'll show you what we have on the inside. It's really hollow, but there's a lot of space, so there's a lot we can really do with it. That's definitely something for part 3. Also over here, we have the fancy restaurant. This is the boat in the bottle. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to make the neck look a little better because I feel like the transition from bottle to the bottle cap is a little thick for my liking. So I'm going to thin that up and hopefully make it look a little bit better because it doesn't look that great from this side or view, and I might narrow the edges out a little bit. But we did do a little bit to the interior on this boat. We actually added some tables because it is a fancy restaurant. We added the windows here just like to get seated, and all the cooks and chefs are back here. We didn't really do much with the kitchen, but we did add a bathroom over on this side. We didn't do anything with like sinks or toilets, but we added like the restroom sign and that whatnot, and we're gonna find a way to utilize this into a restroom. So coming on out of this building, we're gonna go right over here. So coming on out of this building, we're gonna go right over here. This building's really, really cool. Let me go to it here. This right here is the Adult Learning Center. If you guys don't remember this from one of the episodes, it's a really cool building, and I'm surprised we could even find it. Here's the art class, of course. This is where Squidward sculpted this thing. Remember, he had that mold of marble, and he tried to sculpt out of it. Mr. Squidward, see, he was the professor. And, of course, you have the paintings. Really, really cool building. I really like it. Let me see here. Go up around here real quick, because I wonder if this is hollow. Jeffrey built this himself. I see there's no door. So Jeffrey built this here. I'm just going to break the 2 blocks here just for the sake of the video, but you can see there's a ton of space in here. We can do so much. This is going to be really cool. There's just really a lot we can do with it. Coming up next, we actually have the Bikini Bottom Hospital. This hospital, we actually have a little ambulance in the front. I built this myself. It is not my design. I used another YouTuber's tutorial on how to use it, but you know, people make tutorials so that we could use their stuff. So I did make the hospital. Jeffrey designed the interior of it, which is really cool. We actually have the help desk here. You go in here, it looks like we have a little meeting room. It looks like, unless that's a bed. Actually, it looks more like a bed. Oh, okay, I see. It is a bed. It is a bed. So going out of that room, looks like we have some medicine on the walls. This says do not enter. I went in here, but I really didn't see much, so I don't know what Jeffrey was really doing with it. Maybe that's like the ER. So that is the hospital. There's a lot of empty shell spaces that we can do something with, but we got to find a way to access them. Up next, I am going to show you guys the library. I'm going to show you all these buildings in order. So here's the Bikini Bottom Library. If you guys don't remember this from the episode, you come in, you got your books on the walls. It's really basic. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. We're already out of the library. Here's the Bikini Bottom Sea Needle. This is really cool. Okay, Jeffrey built this as well. And going in, we have this big solid space. I am going to try to think of some kind of elevator contraption to get to the top. That would be really cool. I just got to look up some videos and learn how to do that again, because it's been such a long time since I've been able to do something like that. Next up, we actually have this Kelp Shake building. So what we're going to do, we're going to walk right in. I'm going to show you this is where you get your Kelp Shake. There's only one thing on the menu, which isn't necessarily very good. Let's go in the kitchen. Not much to it yet. Still, we're not really doing a lot with the interiors. We're mostly just trying to knock all the buildings out of the way and then update the interiors for part 3 and obviously add some more buildings that you guys recommend. So I definitely want to do that. This is the upstairs part. I don't know what we're going to do. Probably a storage, I'd say. And then we got to find something to do with this little midsection here, because we don't have a lot really going for it right now. So yes, that is the Kelp Shake building. Really cool. Up next, we have the Ligma Bean bus. So we actually, if you guys remember this, it's that giant cart full of beans. Jeffrey built this as well. Jeffrey built a lot of this newer stuff, and a lot of the bigger stuff we worked on together. But a lot of this like small stuff, like SpongeBob's grandma's house, I'll show you that in a second. He built. I actually built these pedestrian homes. I found a video online, and I went with it. I picked my own colors that I wanted. I designed the interior myself, so it's pretty basic. I can add some furniture, but I did just kind of do like the open floor plan, stairs, goes upstairs. There's actually a lot of space in these for being so small, so I really do like that aspect of it. So they actually do have a lot of space, and all of them are almost identical. So I believe this one is a little different, maybe, unless I did build them the same. No, I did actually build them the same. But yeah, that one there is exactly the same as this one. So just take my word for it. Over here, of course, I just mentioned this is SpongeBob's grandparents' house. So you come in, you remember the floors are real colorful. This is the kitchen where she does her cookies. Even, it's kind of ironic. They kind of look like cookies, but they're serving SpongeBob and Patrick cookies, which I think is kind of cannibalistic if you ask me. Even though she's a sponge, they look like cookies. So there's no denying that. Coming on down over here, we actually have Stinky Burger. If you guys remember Stinky Burger, it's that restaurant that SpongeBob and Patrick went to, and it was really cool. Of course, we didn't do anything with the interior of this because it's more of a for show type area. I did break 2 blocks in here just to show you the space that we could do. We could incorporate an interior, but in the actual show, there wasn't really much of an interior shown, so it's hard to base it. So we might have to actually just design it solely on imagination. So that's what we might have to end up doing. So coming up next, we actually have this right here, which is Chum Caverns. So if you guys remember, Plankton, right here, took this drilled a hole all the way into the ground. Now let me explain. Underneath of all this was completely hollow. We had to make this hole naturally, make it look natural as ourselves. So going down this hole is Chum Caverns. If you remember the restaurant, we don't have any seats up yet, but oh my goodness, it is such a cool space. And it looks just like it did in the actual show. So here's the elevator I made. It's a little cheap right now. It's just like a prototype, but it's just ladders going up. So we're going to go up this so you can actually see. Oh wait, hold up. Hold up. There you go. So we can actually go up this, and I'll show you where it leads to here in a second. Okay. So I'm going to jump over that. It just leads right back to the kitchen, so it's really cool. I showed you the kitchen before. I showed you the lobby area. Now, another cool thing we did add was Jeffrey built Karen in this room. So here's Karen, and this room was really cool. It looks just like it does in the show. That's the thing that's so awesome, is because the shape of the inside of the building, they actually looked at the geometry of it and made the interior so close to what it would actually look like. Next up, we have this one here is Mrs. Krabs' house. I made sure I labeled them because there's so many buildings it's really easy to forget. So let's do a 360 view of Mrs. Krabs' house. Her house actually came out really cool. It's not quite as big as Mr. Krabs' house, but you'll notice on the interior the design is super similar. So it's hollow at the moment, but there is a lot of things you can do with this because there's so much space. Now I am going to show you, before I forget, this over here. Now, Jeffrey did put this note in, edit in, Sweet Victory Song Now. So I am going to show you guys this. This is the dome, the bubble bowl. If you guys remember this, it rose through the ceiling and took them to like the top of the water. If you guys remember, it rose through the bottom of the seabed, went all the way to the top to ground level where there were actual humans cheering at the football stadium. So if you guys remember that, we're actually going to try to incorporate something where we could have a giant football field at the top of the map and have this bubble bowl up there so they can do their concert. So it's really cool. I'll show you underneath of here as well. It looks really nice. Jeffrey did a great job building this in. So I'm definitely proud of him for that. It's a really cool touch. Now moving over here, we actually have the Bikini Bottom High School. The high school ended up coming out really good. Jeffrey built this as well, and he had designed the interior himself. Now these are all lockers, really cool. They look just like lockers. Little stands, desks in the hallway. Over here we have like a lecture hall. This is where they're teaching them. Giant chalkboard across the room. This looks really nice. He did a great job. Over here we have the desks, then the chairs, some books, and of course the teacher's desk and a podium. So moving on from that, I'm going to go over to this room. This is kind of like the principal's office. You don't want to mess with the principal. And of course you go up here, you have a ton of storage. I'm thinking of making this like a gymnasium, like maybe a gym or maybe a pool can be up there or something, but it's going to be tough to incorporate a pool, but I'll figure it out. Next up, we actually have this room. This is another classroom, pretty basic, but really cool nonetheless. Another podium, desk, and chalkboard. So over here we actually have the Krusty Krab on a ship. So this is really cool. I don't remember the exact name of it, but we actually just used a command code and we copy and pasted the other Krusty Krab over to this one and put it right on top of the ship, and it looks really cool. I really like how it turned out. And for you guys that haven't seen the previous video, I will show you what this looks like right now. So we do have this. Of course, the freezer room is going to look a lot different. Clearly because it's floating. It's not underground like the other one is. Here's the, okay, Bailey's cock right there. Of course, we have the principal's off. What the heck am I saying? Of course, we have Bailey's right there, and we have Mr. Krab's office, which is really cool, which leads to the kitchen, which is really cool. We have some chests here for food to be put in, and of course we have a functional bathroom, which is really awesome. Over here we have Squidward's concert hall. If you guys remember that episode, Squidward held a concert for teaching everybody like about music, and it was really cool. Everybody kind of contributed to it. So over here, this is the best day ever, and then of course there's a Krabby Patty floating right there. Here's a stage, which is really cool. You can see the audience where they sit. It has an upstairs, so you can get up there. It's actually really detailed, which is incredible. Now going around the side of this, there's actually a back area. This is another way to access the back area of the stage. And here's the lobby area that everyone can kind of see, like walk in, line up, get their tickets and everything for. That's not quite it. We do have a lot more left. This is going to be a decently long video. Right here we actually have the First National Bank. So this is really cool. This is the Bikini Bottom Bank, and you walk in, you got the lines, you come up here, you ask them for your money. Really cool. And of course there's a vault. So here is the Fish Bank Vault. You walk in there, get your money, do your robbery. You go in there. You have everybody that works behind this stand. And other than that, that's pretty much all there is to this place. It's really cool. I like the colors. I like the build. I will show you a 360 real quick of it. This is what it looks like. Really nice. Really, really nice. So there you have that. Let me see if there's anything on... Okay. I actually have a whole other side here I gotta show you. So we did actually add Barnacle Fields. We tried to add the Barnacle Fields here. So this is where you meet the magic conch shell, where they're like, "Can I have something to eat?" And then Squidward, of course, isn't allowed to eat. So here's the picnic table that they set up. Here's the campfire. We tried to make it look excluded. I know it's not quite like it, but it is Minecraft. We are restricted on things we can build. I tried to make it look a little rounded on the edges, but it still came out a little bit square. Now, I accidentally showed you this a little early, but I guess I'll have to show you now. This is the Fried Cook Games arena. This is really, really cool. It has the guys at the torches there. Jeffrey designed this 100% himself. He did not reference a YouTube video. This is his 100% design. So this is what it looks like when you go in. You have a Krabby Patty over there. You have a bottle of ketchup over here, a big Krabby Patty in the middle. This is where they fight. There's the bell. And this is just really cool in general. This turned out really good, and there's like stands and stuff where people can sit and watch the Fried Cook Games go down. Now that we're here, I am going to show you this that we did add. Remember that road where it goes straight up and down in SpongeBob, where here's the bus. It goes straight down the road, and then you're in like this new town. Here's the snack machine SpongeBob went to whenever he got his snack stuck in the machine there. And over here we actually have the bus station. The bus station, you probably don't remember looking like this. I didn't even myself. I looked up a video on Google, and for some reason it did look like this. So here is the guy at the bus station where you buy the tickets from. This is Liam over there. You gotta love Liam. Give a like for Liam, guys. Here is a little fire thing. Really cool design. I really like it. And then, of course, I'll show you the roof. We put a lot of detail on the roof with the glass and the lights, and we actually have a beam going straight through the sky, which is really nice. Over here we have the Bikini Bottom Mall, which is really cool as well. It is hollow because, oh my god, this is such a big space. Like, there's so much you can do with this. We're going to do this in the next episode for sure. But this is the Bikini Bottom Mall. It looks like a cruise ship. Now, another thing I'm going to show you is this took a really long time to make. Me and Jeffrey worked on this for probably a few hours, probably 6 hours, I'd say, total. We built Glove World. This is Glove World. You can see the glove over there. For some reason, it looks like Peppa Pig, but I assure you it is a glove. So here's the glove I put right there with the flames. Jeffrey built the sign. And then here's the roller coaster, which I am going to give you guys a ride on, which is really cool. I built the Ferris wheel, really cool as well, my own design. And, of course, you have this little pop shop, and there's popcorn, pizza, all that good stuff in there. So we're going to open this up. We're going to go in. So we're going to start. There we go. So this is the ride, guys. Really cool. Oh, and okay. This is really cool. So you know how in the intro, this is the little island in the intro that's above the water. So we actually stop right here. Isn't that really cool? So now we're actually above the ocean. Now we're going to keep going. As you can see, there's the ocean where we're actually going to show you Goo Lagoon. We actually did build Goo Lagoon. We are the first people in Minecraft on YouTube that has built the Goo Lagoon, which is absolutely insane, guys. Another record. Like, no one has ever built the Goo Lagoon before. It's insane to me. So now we're going to move on, go over to this little tent. So here is the tent. Also, another thing, no one has ever built Glove World in Bikini Bottom as well. There's actually probably about 7 or 8 buildings that no one's ever built before that we did incorporate. So here is the tent. And I am going to show you guys Goo Lagoon now, which is really, really cool. Also, Jeffrey, I apologize in advance if I missed anything. It's a lot to memorize, and I will get it in episode 3, which I hope to get out sooner than I got out the second one. So here's Goo Lagoon. We have the weightlifting volleyball court area where Larry the Lobster likes to hang out a lot. I do need to add some beach chairs, but dude, what do you guys think of this? I tried to make it look perfectly level like an actual beach. What do you think I should do differently? Like, what do you guys recommend to make this look more like a beach? Keep in mind, we had to clear out. You see all this dirt and trees? We had to clear all of this out. This took a long time, and if I didn't have Jeffrey's help to do this, we wouldn't even have this side of the map. I'm going to be honest. I'm going to put Jeffrey's Instagram and all that stuff in the description below. Please give him a follow. He did so much work on this. Honestly, he probably did more than me. He probably did 65-70% of everything on this whole entire map. Alright, guys. I do have a subscriber that has been very persistent with telling me to upload and giving me a lot of ideas to build with this new series I made. So I want to give a big shout out to Flippy Frogman. He's been a big supporter of me, and he did actually recommend that I built the weightlifting room in Spongebob's house. So Jeffrey and I both worked together on this, and we decided to build the weightlifting room, and we even gave him his own sign inside of the world. So remember, giving me ideas, keeping me in line is going to get you guys recognized in this game, in this world. So right here you have the weight room inspired by Flippy Frogman. Big shout out to you, man. You're an awesome supporter. Keep up the great supporting work. I really appreciate you, man. And then that is officially the true end of this video. Peace, guys.